In this session, we're going to be looking at squares, cubes, and roots and what they mean. So, we're looking at squares first. So, what is a square of a number? So, if we take the square of a number, we times it by itself, which in a sense makes it squared. So, the notation is as follows. For 5 squared is 5 to the power of 2, which is 5 multiplied by 5, 10 to the power of 10. 2 means 10 times 10. So if we have 3 to the power of 2, what would that be? That would be, pause and have a go, that would be 9. So 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 16. And so on. I'm going to show you this in a bit of a diagram next. So here we've got 1, 1, and then we've got 4. The root of 4, so this is a square number, is 2. So we're looking at squares and how roots relate. So basically a root is the opposite of squaring. So 2 squared is 4. The root of 4 is 2. For 3, we take the root of 3, we take the root of 9, which is 3, because it's the same as 3 squared, 3 times 3. This is 4 times 4, and then this is 5 times 5. So it's square numbers. And the next one, what do you think the next one would be? So that would be 6 squared, which is 36. And the root of 36 is equal to 6. If we take the root of a square, if we take the root of the square number, we would get a whole number because it's, or an integer, because it's times in itself. So let's have a look at an example. Work out the value of 9 squared. So to work out the value of 9 squared, we do 9 times 9, which is 81. So let's now have a look, and do have a look at our negatives, negative numbers video to make sure you understand this. Do reach out as well. So here we've got a negative, because we have negative 8 squared, we do negative 8 times negative 8, which gives us 64 here. Because a negative times a negative gives us a positive. If any questions on that, do reach out to our community. Here, to cube a number, we need to multiply it by itself and then multiply by that answer again. So when we cube something, it's 2 cubed. So in a sense, what this does is it makes it 3 dimensions. So we've got 1 cubed, 1, which is 1 times 1 times 1. And then we've got 2 cubed, which is 2 times 2 times 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And then we've got 3 cubed, which is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 3 is 27 for that. If you do need any help on this, please do not hesitate to reach out. Also, have a go at the quizzes just to make sure you've got optimal understanding of this. So here we've got 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. So here we've got like 8 cubes. So you can see here 2 times 2 gives us 4, gives us the area, but then we times it by 2 again, and this gives us 8 cubes in total. Then here we times by 3, Here we times by 4. Here we times by 5 again, and then we times by 6. Do recommend when we get to higher than 5 a cubed that we use a calculator, but knowing it up to here. So in a sense, it's how many, when we cube something, we're thinking about it going 3D like a cube. And when we have it as squared, it's like the square. So for example, we've got 3, which is our length. We've got our area, which is 3 times 3, and we've got our volume, which is cubed. So it's cubic. So it's thinking here how much goes in. So we've got 8, 27, 64, 125, and so on with that. Let's have a look at some more examples now. So if we work out the volume of 4 cubed, we need to work out 4 times 4 times 4. This gives us 64. If we do this with a negative number, however, let's have a look at this. If we've got minus 3 times minus 3, we know that's 9. But if we times that by minus 3 again, that gives us minus 27. Because we've got the 9 here, and then we're left with a positive times a negative, which then gives us a negative. If you've got any questions on this, do reach out. And do have a look at our group sessions and our one-to-one coaching support also. Really important that you understand negative numbers as well. Do make sure you watch that video, complete the quizzes, so that you understand all of these fundamentals. It's really, really key for us moving forward in maths and understanding it to go to the next level. So here we're now looking at roots. So square rooting is the opposite to squaring a number. So for example, the square root of 81 equals 9. So it's the opposite of squaring. The square root of 9 is 3, because 3 squared equals 9. 9 squared equals 81. We're doing the opposite. And it looks like this. It's gone a bit funny on here, but a square root looks like this. You should see the button on your calculator. And we will do more sessions with the calculator as well. Need any support? Do reach out to us. We are here to help you. So, examples of this: 144. The square root of that would be 12. And that's because 12 times 12 gives us 144. 12 squared is 144. If we look at 100, the square root of 100, we know that's 10 times 10 is 100. So we have the root of 100. So when we cube something, we can also cube root it. So cube rooting is the opposite of cubing a number. So for example, 10 to the power of 3 equals 1,000. So the cube root of 1,000 equals 10. The cube root 125 can be written as the cubic root of 125, which is 5, because 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 equals 125. So it's because it's the opposite of 5 cubed, which means the root of 100, cubic root of 125 equals 5. And the cubic root of 216 is, if we do 6 times 6 gives us 36, times 6 gives us 216. This means that we know the cubic root of this is 6. If you do have any further questions on this, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. So, work out the value of the cube root of 8, should say. In the format it's gone missing there, I do apologise. So, multiplies by itself, and then again, to make 8. So we need 2 times 2 times 2, so we know it's 2. And these sort of these cubic numbers and these others, we really need to make sure we learn these off by these ones. If you know them, it makes your life a lot easier moving forward. Also, work out the value of the root of 27. So we're looking for the number that multiplies by itself, and it's by itself again, to make 27. So we've got 3 times 3 times 3, which gives us 27. And that equals 3 here. So let's have a look at some examples. Do pause, have a go. We're going to go through them now. Also, do have a look at the quiz after. Make sure you do that. Make sure you do it. And this gives us a really good to see what we're doing well and what we can improve on. So we need to do 6 to the power of 2 first. If you haven't done these, do pause and have a go. So that means 6 times 6, which is 36. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. 4 times 4 times 4 gives us 64. We've got negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6 gives us minus 216. If you are struggling with these, please don't hesitate to reach out. We've got the root of 121, which equals 11, and the cubic root of 64, which is 4, because we know 4 times 4 times 4 is 64, and we know 11 times 11 is 821. Please do reach out if you need any help. I'm here to help you. Our community is here to help you as well. And most importantly, have a great day. Thanks for